Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're taking a first look at a new city builder which comes out on the 17th. It is called Citadelum? I think the M, well, is it Citadelum? I'm not entirely sure. I think the C and the M might be Roman numerals, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It is a game being developed by Light Studios. I believe they made one military camp, but I have not actually played any of their games in the past. I'm curious to see what this looks like. But Roman era city builder, Caesar 3 was a big part of my childhood growing up. I took Latin classes around the same time that it came out and really went down the rabbit hole of that game. So I'm curious to see what this Roman era city builder looks like. Again, the game comes out on the 17th, and so we're going to take a look here. It looks like the main menu, there's an editor, I guess, some community-generated content options. Presumably that'll get filled in later, post-release, once there's, you know, a community. But we're just going to jump in here and do a new game. So it looks like if we do a new game, there are missions, which is not that dissimilar to something like Caesar. Or did I say, yeah, Caesar 3 is kind of the one I played a bunch of, but they had like a campaign for that game. You can see here there's, you know, the rise of the Roman Empire. You've got all these different, you could do this city up here in the north, a small city. You could do a big city, sort of, I guess that basically looks like where Rome is. You can do south, you know, off the eastern coast. There's stuff in Hispania, stuff in North Africa. You know, looks like kind of stuff near Alexandria, but yeah, a bunch of different, I guess, maps, if you will. There's also sandbox options, but you can do missions or sandboxes. But let's go ahead and do the From the Ashes prologue, how to play, which I assume is kind of like the tutorial here, and we'll go from there. You can see here, this looks like region small, trading routes 1, initial resources 30,000 silver coins, 1,200 lumber, 900 stone. I guess battles are a part of the game, because this does say battles required. No, there are battles in the second mission here. Yeah, a period of civil war is sparked by the assassination of Julius Caesar on the Ides of March 44 BC. At the heads of a group of senators, Gaius Octavius Caesar's adopted son returns to Rome to take revenge on the aggressors and confronts Lucius Antonius, brother of Marcus Antonius, in the city of Perusia. After besieging the city, he orders it to be destroyed in retaliation against the traitors. It is your mission to move there with a group of colonists and start the construction of a new city under the name of Augusta Perusia. So we've got the missions to reach 35 plebeians, create 1 trade route, and send 75 marble to Rome. So again, like, I don't know that this is inspired by the Caesar games, but that's kind of very similar to how the campaign missions, at least my recollection of them, would work. Is there's sort of a story built into, you know, what you have to do, and then you're given objectives at each individual town. Okay, so we just read all that. From the Ashes. Avi Dominus, I'm Gaius Titus Cato, emissary of the Senate, to help you manage your settlement. I see you don't have much experience in this work, do you? The first thing you need to learn is how to get around. WASD keys, yep. Q and E to rotate. Mouse wheel, standard stuff here. Z and X to zoom. Or mouse wheel. Alright, so yeah. What are we going to do here? So, we got this map here. Iron ore deposits, stone deposits. Alright. Oh, it wants me to... Alright. Start by building the Forum. It'll be the starting point of the city. The Forum is the center of your settlement and also the place where resources of trade routes are stored. In addition to buildings you construct, will have to be constructed roads to the Forum. We recommend that you build it near water and other natural resources you will need. Okay, so it's just going to bring me here. It's recommending I build it here. There's iron ore up here. There's stone here. There's water here, but it's just like a dead pool almost looking like. Maybe it's a spring. I would be more inclined to build it near kind of what, I guess it all looks inland. I don't know if there's really... I don't know if it really matters from a gameplay point of view. So I guess we'll build it near this pool, just because I like the idea of being closer to iron. So let's go ahead and build the forum. What does it say about the forum? It is the center of your city. Buildings must be connected to it by roads and also stores and trade resources. Okay. You can rotate the building by pressing R. I like kind of the idea of putting it like here. Kind of between the iron and stone deposits to the north. But also close to the water to the south. Now that we have the backbone of our settlement, we need houses for people to move into. If you build Publian housing, immigrants will start to arrive and help you grow your city and will perform all types of work in exchange for a salary. If you later expand the capacity of these buildings, fulfilling necessary requirements, new inhabitants will join the settlement. These plots must be connected by road to the forum. Okay. Understood. So you can see now we've got this menu down here of different building options. You've got demolish, you've got defense buildings, military, decorative, religion, entertainment, material production, food production, housings, and roads. So we can go ahead and do roads, do Publian housing. You can see there's a cost for each one of these items. So you can see it's 80 gold or silver, 40 timber, 30 stone. And then you've got other types of housing. Patrician housing, I'm assuming, is more of an upgrade, you know, like a higher wealth community, if you will. And again, R rotates, so if you want to, you can rotate stuff around. I think we'll put it in this kind of, I don't know if this barren area looks good. I mean, we got to connect everything to the forum. This might be a little spread out, but we'll build a few houses here. We'll just connect them all. I don't know what the... Just wanted me to build how many? 4? Well, I built 5. Oh, wait. Yeah, I built 5. All right, and then we've got to connect them via roads. So go ahead and build a rural road, which is a dirt road, as opposed to there's paved roads and premium roads and bridges and things like that. So let's rotate the camera around here. All right, I assume we need it where these little red triangles are, which represents sort of the buildings. Click and drag. And there you go. Cost 280 silver to build those roads. No resources to build a rural road, though. And those houses are all connected now. Just trying to get to 5 Publians. I don't know. Oh, that's cool. You click on the building, you can see inside. Neat. I like that. Okay, so you can like see people in the house. Are these like multi-story houses? They got stairwells. They don't look like a multi-story building, but... Okay. Cool. So we've got 4 people. We're trying to get to 5 for the next sort of tutorial trigger. Whoa. Oh no, a house is burning down! Looks like a fire's broken out. Let me help you. I'm Maximus Agrippa, engineering advisor. Occasionally a fire may break out, and that's why it's important to build fire stations. It's responsible for extinguishing fires in nearby buildings. Okay, they require periodic maintenance if you don't want them to end up in ruins. Also build an engineer post. Gotcha. Okay, so we want to build... where's the firehouse? Fire station, here! Alright, and you can see this little square here represents the radius that their station covers. So we'll build it, I guess, here, closer to this housing block. The forum will also be in range. And then it also recommended building... Why is there an exclamation point here? This building has no water. Oh. Okay. So, I also need an engineering post for what it's worth. Engineer post. Buildings do not have workers assigned to them by default. You have to assign personnel to each building. Okay. Workers get assigned a salary that you have to manage as well. Okay. There's also a jobs tab. So, I probably need to give these guys water, right? So I mean, I'm going a little bit off script now, but build that there. And then I guess this is an aqueduct that will... I guess I could have done a well. Whoops. Alright, so firehouse now has water. I've built a little, I guess, receiving well from this little lake. It's pulling the water down the aqueduct into the reservoir. Reservoir is right next to the fire station and engineer post. I assume people can still walk through the street. It doesn't really have like an arch for walkways, but... Also, we unlocked a level 2 prestige, so more buildings are now unveiled. Is nobody working at the fire station? I didn't assign anyone to work there. So we can do this whole, like, assign workers thing. You already have the necessary infrastructure, but without water, fires cannot be put out. Some buildings need water to operate. For example, fire stations won't be able to put out... Yeah, well, I already did this part. Aqueducts, water mill. Alright, well, I already did this. You can build wells. Okay. Well, good thing I already did that. It just jumped ahead to the next stage. Okay. Now that everything's in order, you should expand the size of the settlement. To do this, you'll need materials. It's time to put your citizens to work. The construction of new buildings requires materials that can be obtained from the environment. Logging camp. Okay. Stone quarry, iron mine. And warehouses. Okay. So, are they going to put the fire out? Do we get to watch them do that? They're running into the burning building, but at least they're dumping water on it now. I'm curious to see what happens here. Does it get put out? Oh, there you go. Building looks good as new. I don't see any problem. No big deal. That fire got put out easy. Alright, so we have... How many people in our town? We've got 24 people. Wow, okay. So it looks like these houses can each hold 5 people. Up to 5 people. Now, presumably we've got to do this other stuff, right? We need to... And I also don't know where my food's coming from. Right now we have 28,000 in the treasury. Daily income's negative 80 with the workers. We've got 21 unemployed citizens. No risk of enemy raids in this mission. 25 of a potential 25 people live here. Is there food? Like, do we have to worry about food? I'm assuming food matters, but I don't see anything about food production. I don't... Maybe it's... Well, here. We've got wood and stone. Nothing about food. Oh, over here. Nothing about food yet. I suppose it could just be because it's the tutorial mission or something. Alright, so let's build 1 logging camp. So that'll probably be material production. Yep, logging camp. I'm assuming we want to build it where there's trees. It seems like as good of a place as any. Go ahead and do that. What's this? Some residents are leaving due to lack of employment. Well, don't worry, boys. We will employ you. So, fire production. I guess we'll employ 2 people. We'll just max out engineer posts. We'll max out logging camp posts. That'll be 12 employees right there, although we need a road. Usually I like nice straight roads, but anyway, so that's a logging camp. We did that. We want to build a stone quarry as well, so we'd have to build that here. So it's basically like, hey, oh, okay, that's neat. I actually like that. So you look at this. If we try and put the stone quarry here, and there's no stone here, you can see the radius of where they can mine the stone is sort of that square. But then it puts a little dotted line to the nearest stone sources, which is actually pretty neat, if you ask me. It kind of directs you like, all right, well, if you're looking for this resource, you can see any of these little lines indicate where you should go. I actually think that's pretty clever. Be interesting if you could have multiple stone sources in one locale. Like under one mine or quarry. Alright. Alright, so we've got a population of 26. Well, it was 26 a second ago. Well, no one should be leaving now. We should be at full employment. Maybe you even need to build another house to get more people here. Build a warehouse with a logging camp inside the area? Okay, so what's going on here? This house does not have enough food. I suppose, but the tutorial hasn't told me to build food yet. Who needs food? Alright, warehouses, where are you? It should be under... There you go. Alright, so the warehouse... Actually, we can't... Looks like we can just barely fit both the logging camp and the stone quarry inside the warehouse building, by the looks of it. So we'll do that. I'm not making a pretty city by any stretch. Like, these roads are all convoluted and messed up. Don't forget that you have to be aware of all the inhabitants of your city. If you only build accommodations for the plebeians don't find an occupation for them, they may cause trouble. On top of the screen, you'll see information you need to know. Okay. People's favor. So if we go to people's favor, well, those are jobs. I don't have any It's interesting. There's a centurions, infantry, archers, cavalry, and explorers. So again, very much like Caesar, and then the whole you've got a military aspect to it. People's favor up here. So I'm curious. All right, workers' wages. People are generally okay. I'm guessing it's like the lack of food, right? Might be an issue. Just a slight issue. This says people are leaving due to lack of employment. I've got no space to store stone. What do you mean? Alright, so now we want to do crops and farms, okay. Granaries. So shouldn't they be able to... No space to store outbound resource. Just put it over here, dudes. Go. Or I guess... This reminds me of those Teamster buildings in Caesar where you had to, like... People had to bring wagons over to move stuff around. It was Teamsters, right? Or maybe I'm confusing that with Tropico, which I also played a fair bit of. So will this little warning thing go away if some dude shows up with their little wheel cart to pull the stone away? Because these guys are just sitting here and not doing anything. Yep, takes 20 stone out of the quarry. They can now do more stone mining, and he's bringing the stone back to the warehouse. We've also got a little wheelbarrow dude working his way toward the lumber mill, assuming you're going to see their logging camp. Assuming you see... Oh, nice. I always love to see the environment change based on these kind of games, so like dropping the trees are always good. All right, so we need to build a wheat farm. So food matters, right? You know what's interesting? I wish... I don't see any indication that it tells you what food is good where. Can you just grow anything wherever? Because I would actually like it to require you to have, you know, like, oh, this area is good for wheat, or this area is good for, you know, grapes, or whatever. That would be nice. We'll build 3 wheat farms, because why not? Connect them by roads. I don't have enough workers. I'm gonna need to build more houses. Alright, so build 3 more houses. Opposite side of the street. And then we also do need to build a granary, which stores the food. It lowers the zone's desirability, but that's actually okay because we're kind of building 2 separate parts of the city. We've got the residential side to the west, and we've got the farming side to the east. So we're kind of keeping desirabilities split, I think. All right, you need a market. All right, so we can put a market. What's the square represent for the market? Is that just where they serve the food? Well, we can fit it in here, directly next to the houses. So it'll be able to... Oh, it doesn't actually serve all the areas. I might need a second market. Those markets have a really short radius, huh? And I'm assuming this radius just represents where they pull food from. So I'm hoping you don't need your granary in range of your market. What do you mean it's not connected by a road to the forum? You definitely are connected by a road to the forum. Or you're just full. Okay, what's going on here? The building is on fire! Okay, well... Is my firehouse... Are they in range? They are not. Alright, well I guess we need to build another fire station here. Alright, this one will cover both the farms... So this one will cover sort of the south side. Not south side, but this fire station will cover these granary farms as well as the stone quarry. It's in radius of a reservoir, so I'm hopeful that means it's got access to water. It looks like it does. Our gold situation's not great. Workers' wages, now that we've got a fair number of people employed, are all dropping. Let's build another, market over here. Plebeians are not the only class of citizens who can live in our city. Patricians are citizens who do not work but contribute to the economy with their taxes. Their needs are much higher than those of the plebeians. Okay. Taxing them more makes them less happy. So we need to build 4 patrician houses. I don't know where they want to live. Like, what's desirable to you, patricians? Probably not being super close to the ordinary folks, but... Okay, why are no taxes being... Probably no taxes are being collected because nobody lives there, right? Oh, also because we don't have a tax office. So I guess tax offices would probably be governmental buildings? to build 2 of these damn things. I wonder why no taxes are being collected there yet. Oh, now they are in this house. So I guess maybe it's just tax collector hasn't made the rounds yet. Prestige level 3. We can now build doctor's offices and temples of Apollo and Minerva. Alright. Uh, 15 patricians? Okay. So we should have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We should be able to fit quite a few folks. We're at 12 right now. You can see we are now generating 125 gold in taxes, 150 now. Lack of employment? Do we really not have enough? Military delegate. So there's a region map? Okay, so you can undercover enemies or whatever. Alright, so no one should be leaving for lack of employment. I think we've pretty much... We've definitely got more people. Build 2 more of those. What's the fire station's coverage? Not quite far enough for that. So let's go ahead and build 1 more fire station, and that'll also create more jobs. What just happened? Sounded like a building collapsed. Oh, it's outside the quarry's outside the engineer post range. Okay. Alright, I mean, I'm building plenty of stuff for all the workers here. There should be no unemployed civilians, frankly. We're up to 50 population, by the way. It is a little annoying that I've got to, like, manually increase. I would just think people would work where they're, you know, where they work. It's a little weird to have to... That feels a little micro-y. Alright, so go to the region map. Alright, so I guess you've got kind of a strategic map layer. Wants me to so I got a scout, which I wasn't really sure that I had a scout on the map where the town was. I didn't see him. Oh, so it's hex-based. Okay, so I gotta send him this way. One at a time? Can I not chain together orders? Guess not. I'm assuming this is how I will uncover, like, the ability to open trade routes, maybe? Okay, are you not researching here? Maybe you are, and it's just taking time. Okay, nobody's unemployed right now. Population's 50. We've got 400 wood, 10 stone, 300 wheat. We're producing 360 a day and consuming 150. We need to rebuild this. Stone quarry. I don't have enough workers. I don't have enough resources to do. Alright, so I guess at this point we'll increase the hiring priority to max for this unit. Does that influence wages? Is that what it's... Okay, so are you not gonna... Right, there you go. That should give them workers. We've got some at least. Alright, so the work on the stone. Well, now that Vitonia is connected to your settlement, you can trade with them. Establish a trade route with another city. You must specify which resources you want to build, buy, and sell each day. Okay. Alright, so it wants me to buy 25 marble using the trade route. So if we go to the region map, looks like this explorer has discovered Vitonia, which apparently produces lumber and marble. We've also got some kind of shrine going on over here. Well, can I send this explorer somewhere else? Sure, go explore over here. Alright, meanwhile, settlement... Manage trading. Okay. Oh, they need lumber. Nice. So I guess I just get the marble for free, maybe? So I need to buy the marble from Vitonia, or whatever it's called, and then send the marble to Rome? You got the time up here. There's a concept of days. I don't... You see the money per day. Presumably due to exports and trade. I don't see like an actual calendar. I guess we're on day 5 of the game. And people generally seem happy. Crime is not 0, but otherwise it looks like things are typically going well. This house does not have enough food. Well, maybe you should, you know... We're producing enough, aren't we? Probably should hire more people to work in the granary. Then maybe more plebeian housing. What do you mean you're not connected to a road? There's literally a road right in front of you. One new territory has been discovered. Keep discovering. And granary. Alright. We're up to 52 people in our community. I think part of the issue is the granary here didn't have enough workers to pull the resources out of the farms, so the farms were producing it more quickly than we were getting it out to the people, and now these houses are low on food due to that. Okay. Alright, so they're unloading the food. I'm assuming that'll make its way to the market eventually. Meanwhile, I'm just waiting for day 6 to see if the game will tell me I bought the marble from the trade route if it shows up. Yeah, they're very quickly pulling that food out of these farms. So actually they want to consume melons and cabbage too. So they've got higher level requirements. So we could do a cabbage farm, I'm guessing. And then maybe melons, wherever that is here. See how quickly we can find workers for that. Maybe we need to build another house over here. We can support up to 60 people now. Waiting to see if when this day turns over to 6, if we've successfully purchased the items. Meanwhile, I'm a little lukewarm on this research mechanic, to be frankly, like from a map research point of view. Okay, new prestige level unlocked. Also feels like we're in a valley here. You can see this map. We can't really go in multiple directions here. It's just kind of a straight shot. Although I suppose that may just be the intent of this first tutorial mission. Alright, so where are we at now? Almost to the end of day 5. Man, these are long days. Alright, we got our 80 cabbage and 80 melons a day. Hopefully when they get to the marketplace, that'll meet the needs of the Patricians, and they'll be like, yes, we like your city. I'm sure I've sort of ruined the mystique of my town by putting these homes here right up against the forum and up by the lumber and warehouses, but whatever. Also production, now that we increase the employees, went way up. And day 5 is almost done. Man, this is slow. Okay, you can do it. And done. Day 6 done. Alright, so we have successfully purchased those 75 marble from Vitonia. Now we can go ahead and send it to Rome. And there you go, mission accomplished. You've completed all the objectives of the mission. Rome awaits you. Go to the Capitoline Hill to start the victory parade, followed by your best men, and celebrate this success. We get a triumph for this? So, because this is kind of the campaign, you can go to the next mission. You can't stay on this map. And so, mission 1 completed. Mission 2 is we gather strength as we go. So, still part of the prologue, how to play. I'm assuming this is the military aspect. It's going to sort of walk you through that a little bit. Battles required, yes. But that's at least the first phase of this tutorial. I'm intrigued. I think that's probably it for today, but let me know if you guys want to see me live stream this tonight. Because of the embargo, I didn't have a chance to live stream it yesterday, when I was playing it, but I'd be interested in playing this a little bit more. I'm definitely, I know I mentioned it multiple times, but I'm really getting a Caesar vibe out of this. And it's not just because it's, a Roman city builder. Like, I see parallels between what I remember from when I played it last, which is over 15 years ago, and see, Caesar in this. But definitely some nuance and some different stuff. Obviously a newer game. It comes out on the 17th, made by Abbey Light Studios. Citadelum. Yeah. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you want to see more of this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just really sort of very much a first look, looking at the first tutorial mission of this Roman era city builder. But that'll do it for today. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.